Welcome to Order Militaris Radio TV. We are lifelong Catholics, and what we do is all for free, and for our love of Jesus Christ, and for our Holy Mother, the Church, and we'll defend our Holy Mother, the Church. Today we're going to be flipping sides. Brother Alexis is here. He'll be asking the questions, and I'll be answering them. So welcome, Brother Alexis.
Thank you, AJ, for having me on Order Militaris Radio TV. It's always a pleasure and an honor. And we've been talking about some pretty dark subjects lately. So today, a truly inspiring story that will touch your heart and which you'll carry through your whole life as an inspiration. So today, we're going to talk about the holy martyr in the Catholic Church, the name of Akash Bashir. And Akash accepted the grace of martyrdom about a year before our order was founded. And we decided to include him among our heavenly patrons. So let's learn something more about him. AJ, where was Akash Bashir born?
He was born in Lahore, Pakistan, which is the Christian community of Jahanabad, Pakistan.
And what do we know about his youth before the day of his martyrdom?
He was a spiritual son of Saint Don Bosco. He attended the school at Don Bosco Technical Institute of Lahore. His youth and his young life was all about service to his Christian community, and he and the other young Catholics of Lahore formed a group of security guards to protect the church at St. John's in Jahanabad, Pakistan.
Now, this is wonderful. This is what we've been advocating, didn't even know about Akash. So Akash was a really noble soul. He had the soul of a crusader. I'm going to learn from what he said why this is so. So was he aware of the danger of protecting his parish?
Yeah, he knew it, and so did his mom and dad, but they didn't stop him and allowed him to do his work as a security guard.
Do we know anything he said before the day of martyrdom that expressed his faith? Do we have any quotes from him?
We don't have any of those quotes, but we have one where when he was talking to the terrorist.
Okay, so what happened on what day did his martyrdom take place on, and what went down in this terrorist attack?
Okay, on March 15th, 2015, while Mass was being celebrated in St. John's Parish in Jahanabad, the group of security guards made up of young volunteers to which Akash Bashir belonged faithfully guarded the entrance. Something unusual happened that day. Akash realized that a person with explosives under his clothes sought to blow himself up inside the church. He held him back and spoke to him and prevented him from entering, but realizing that he could not stop him, he told him, "I will not let you pass, even if I have to give up my life." At that moment, Akash hugged him tightly, using his body as a shield to contain the explosion. Thus, it was the suicide bomber set off the charge. Our young illuminist died, offering his own life to save the lives of the hundreds of people, boys, girls, mothers, adolescents, and the men. We were praying at the time inside the church. Akash was only 20 years old.
really chokes you up.
Yeah.
Those words of his are absolutely tremendous. I will not let you pass. I think that's a quote of Gandalf fighting the Balrog in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I think it was JR.
What's your impression of his example, AJ?
Yeah. Go along with the Lord of the Rings deal of Mr. Tolkien. Use symbolism to show the Catholic faith, and in that moment when Gandalf is fighting what is actually, I believe, is a demon, he said those words. So, yeah, this is what Catholic youth, Catholic should be. Not the hip party-like type atmosphere that you go to your national youth conferences in New York, but this is true Catholic youth and how it should be. I must say they must have different types of Salesians in Pakistan than they do in America and elsewhere, because in
I am
America,
also touched by the way he did it. He didn't punch the guy. He didn't try to bring him down. He hugged him.
mm-hmm, yeah, yeah, hugged him and held on tightly and didn't let him go, and protected even his fellow security guards. That's how tightly he held onto him, and I found a photo of St. John's Parish where you can see the church in the entrance, and there's not much room between the foyer walkway.
This is the triumph of.
Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse the audience because we have a long time delay today. I was going to say this action of hugging the enemy is the triumph of Catholic charity over Islamic hate.
Mm.
And it's the triumph of love over hate. And this is an absolutely universal proclamation of the gospel that anyone can understand. And how did his parents and parish react to the news of his martyrdom?
The words of his mother is just amazing. Akash was the peace of my heart, but our happiness is greater than our pain, because he did not die because he was an addict or in an accident. He was a simple youth who died on the Lord's road, saving the priests and the parishioners. Akash is already our saint.
And did his pastor say anything?
I believe we are reading from his pastor, the rector. He wrote this bio for Akash. and today, from the rector's own words, Akash's younger brother, Arsalan, is part of the security team in the church. We did not stop him because we did not want to impede our children from serving the church, his mother stated. So his younger brother is now serving where his brother died and became a martyr. And his parents were okay with it and blessed it. You there?
This young man's charity, faith, fortitude, heroism, purity, generosity shames us Catholics in the West, shames us who do nothing to defend our holy religion, shames us.
Brother Alexis will be right back. We're having technical difficulties, since our big expose yesterday. So stay with us. Yeah, his example, Akash's example, truly puts us to shame. An example of his parents, which I believe they will also be canonized whenever we have a true pope again, Benedict's successor. Please stand by while we wait for Brother Alexis to enter the conversation. Here he comes. Hello?
Hello, I can see myself.
All right. Okay, he's back.
We did a program yesterday against the Rothschilds, and we're having all kinds of funny things happen to our connection. There's no reason for bad connection today. It's absolutely clear day here, but I hope you have patience. But I wanted to end by saying is Akash Bashir is a martyr in our holy church because he died in hatred of the faith. And we are honoring him and we recognize his heroism, not because Bergoglio declared him a servant of God, but because God gave him the grace of martyrdom. And I just want to add that little note there. He's a real martyr saint, and he is much more heroic than I'd say even Father Jacques, because he was there to give his life. He expected he could die, and yet he still said yes. And he had prepared himself to do the simple things he could do. And this is the true spirit of Ordo Militaris Catholicus. And if you're inspired by this young man, please become a volunteer or a supporter or investor in our order so we can train a new generation of youth to be like Akash Bashir in their charity, but not those who have to give their life to prevent terrorism, but those who make sure the terrorists die first.
And with our little technical difficulties and certain show pages of ours being banned directly, the links to our show pages will be on our in the description of all of our videos from now on. And Brother Alexis will remind me when we upload these things to make sure they're there. Because, well, we had some special guests who came by yesterday to watch, and they didn't like what they found.
Yes, so if you cannot share the link to the page for the show on Order Militaris Radio TV's website, share a link to the video on one of the channels where we distribute it, either at From Rome or BitChute or Rumble. And I want to thank the generous donors who made it possible for the server for Order Militaris Radio TV to be upgraded to 9 gigabytes of memory. So it's getting faster every day with your help. And with another $1,000 donation, then we could get it up, I think, to 12 gigabytes of memory, make it even faster. So thank you, one and all. And it's been an honor to talk with you today about this wonderful holy martyr, Akash Bashir, AJ. And may many young people in the future imitate his spirit and his zeal.
This is Order Militaris Video TV signing off. Deus Vult.
Deus Vult.